All right. Well, good morning and blessed love to every single one of you that's tuned in right now to us here on Radio Caribbean International. Of course, it's time for She Speaks. It's a beautiful day. A little overcast as always. I think it just drawn back from yesterday. But we all good. We all right. We know what we're working with, and that's half our problem. Once you know what you're working with, half your problem is solved. Don't. Right. Wonderful. Well, guess what? It's time for She Speaks. Definitely. I got to say thank you to Keisha. She held it down last week in my absence, and she did an amazing job. I'm back this week, and we've got a beautiful young lady. I mean, I am excited because we are actually in the month of Women's History Month. That's one. Plus, coming up this Friday is going to be our International Women's Day. So a lot of things is happening surrounding us powerful women. And you know we like to blow your horn and make noise. Well, you can't blame us. We're doing good things. We're doing a lot of good things. And I got an awesome young lady who's going to be in our company this morning. Khrystal Riviere is the name. And when we come back, after we take a word from our partners, we will be definitely starting a lovely conversation to find out more about this awesome young lady right here. Let's take a word from the partners. The First National Bank and Courts.
Understanding the financial impact of job loss, First National Bank offers job loss insurance, specially designed to provide our customers support during such uncertain times. In the event you lose your job, coverage provides a financial cushion, easing your worries while helping you navigate career transitions. This coverage ensures that a job loss doesn't have to mean a financial crisis, providing you with the support that you need when you need it most. We are committed to standing by our customers in all of life's ups and downs. Our job loss insurance is more than just a policy. It's a promise of support, offering peace of mind and financial stability, ensuring that you can face career challenges without the added burden of financial stress. First National Bank, here for you. Get the frames you love at Quartz Optical. Get 20% off single vision lenses and 25% off progressive lenses. Shop with no cash and pay absolutely nothing for 30 days. Book your eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. We've got the frames you love only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer ends February 29th, 2024. Conditions apply.
Wonderful. So we are back, and we've got the amazing and beautiful and absolutely, multi-talented, if you want to call it that, because she is dabbled in a lot. You understand? Khrystal Riviere is our guest. We are live, so feel free to go onto our Facebook page, the official page of Radio Caribbean, and also on our YouTube. So we streaming live on those both ends, or you could probably just roll with us on our app on the website if you're rolling, and you can't really put that focus onto a visual right now, but it's all good. I'm sure the conversation is going to bless you or somebody else in some beautiful way this morning, because it's always so refreshing when we find young people who are always forward moving. They are movers and shakers. They gives you that drive and that push. They inspire you to think that, hey, it can be done, because sometimes we find ourselves in spaces where, we mind get the better of us, and we burden ourselves down sometimes, and we fail to realize our true potential because we're wrapped up in this whole headspace there where we're questioning everything about our existence. So when we see other persons, young people like that, who are doing it, it helps to, sort of give us that little encouragement that, it can be done. So let me say good morning to my amazing guest, Khrystal. We are so honored to have you. You look amazing. I love the dress. I know what size it is, but you might just want to leave it before you go. I get that a lot. So it's the first time I find myself having to tell somebody, can I have that dress, please?
We can exchange, because you see that whole outfit is happening. It is happening. That color to bring to the weather. Oh my God.
Oh God. All right. Well, here I was feeling a little. See, we were talking about. I walk in here and I said, Lord, this woman put me in the shade this morning. I said, this woman put me in the shade this morning.
Like my New Vision friend would say, we are happen.
There it is. Certainly. Well, speaking of this woman, Khrystal, we want to find out about you. Normally, we kick off the program where we find a little bit more about you. You just give me a little insight. It got me all excited because, of course, there's some lineage leading right back down to me in the Spice Eye, and I'm excited about that. But tell us about yourself. Growing up, where were you born? What sort of household? What are some of the principles? And some of the things that you think contributes from your childhood to what you are today.
I like to say that I think that where I am today, I was prepared for it from birth. I was raised in an extremely Christian household, but I want to go back before the raising part and say that I'm the product of a teenage mother. And my mother got pregnant with me at the tender age of 16. She had me at 17. And that was a big deal for my family because my grandfather, her father, who was extremely Christian, could not deal with it. And so for that reason, she had a rough pregnancy. When I eventually, many years later, obviously, had my child, I kind of understood from a different perspective what my mother would have gone through as a teenage mother, not having somewhere to stay, because in that time, in the 80s, having a pregnant daughter meant you put her out of the house. And so my mother was essentially homeless during her pregnancy with me. And this thing about being a bastard child, so I was indeed a bastard child, and the fact that I was actually born, I survived, is in and of itself a miracle.
That is true.
I was small at birth. When I was born, I was very small. I was a bald head baby, and I know for those people who know me, with all the hair I have on my head now, you'd not think that I was a bald head baby.
Right.
And the other part to that is that my father died at 20. So that means my mother turned 17 on May 7th. My dad died on May 4th. My mother had me in August. So just to hammer it home, my dad never saw me. He knew that my mother was pregnant for him. But my dad never got an opportunity to actually see his daughter. So his purpose, I guess, was to do all of the things that he had done, because whenever I speak to somebody who knew him, they talk about what an amazing person he was. So in 20 years, he was so amazing that he was memorable, but his purpose, I guess, was to ensure that he created me. And so for that reason, I'm really grateful for just the blessing of life, because my mother could have aborted me and her life could have been better.
Yes.
But she went through it. She went through the homelessness. She went through the struggles. She went through not knowing where her next meal would come from for herself and for the baby growing within her. And even then, where, she spoke things into my life that have manifested. And I'm only 38 years old. I'm one of those women, I don't mind people knowing my age.
Yeah, me either. Yeah.
I'm only 38 years old, and I can say that the blessings that my mother spoke into me from her womb have manifested today. And I am grateful to God for allowing me to go through this journey that is my life.
Is your mom still alive?
My mommy is still alive.
Oh God, she's proud. Oh, she deserves it.
Yes.
Oh God, mommy, you deserve it. Come on.
And to this day, on my birthday, every year, I call her and I tell her thank you for giving birth to me. Every single year, I call her and tell her thank you, because she could have taken the easy route out.
Mommy
and she
is a trooper.
She really
Mommy
is.
a trooper. Listen, mommy, I don't know you, but I love you. This speaks volume.
And then afterwards, of course, grandparents come around, and my grandparents did. My grandfather, that was his belief, that was his conviction, and I don't want anybody to think out there that he's the worst thing.
No, we understand. Well, if you understand the era back then, that's
exactly
just how the society was set up.
Exactly.
And they were big on society.
Exactly, and what people thought and what people think.
Exactly.
And so eventually, before I even had understanding, my grandparents took me from my mom, because they recognized that she would not have had the ability to raise me. And so my maternal grandparents, who I call mommy and daddy. So it's confusing when my mother is in the house, because I call her mommy and I call her mother mommy.
So which one?
But my maternal grandparents took me and they raised me.
Right.
So they took me through school. I'm from Pave Road, Castries. I am not from an elitist family where money flew. But
what was that one pillar of hope amongst all of that?
I
Because
wasn't.
you are not finance, okay, so finance wasn't like you have it all,
Right.
so things that is just there waiting for you. What was that pillar of hope? Can you remember that one thing that gave you that sense, or was it something that was focused on, or it just happened? Like you don't, it wasn't anything?
In my family, my grandfather is indeed the patriarch.
Right.
And for him, he molded me.
Right.
From very little, I mean, things like being afraid of cockroaches. I couldn't run in front of him because he would scold me. You cannot be weak in this world, Chrissy. You can't be weak. Because if you're weak, people will eat you. And so for that reason, he made sure that he instilled this kind of strength that you had to be strong. So things like getting bullied, it's not that,
Yeah.
I couldn't go home and complain about being bullied because daddy would be like, so what did you do?
Really?
Yeah. You understand?
Right.
So
Strength. So
you
strength,
had
you would say.
to-
Strength.
and
Resilience.
resilience. And from very, very little, he instilled that in me. And he also, because I told you we're very Christian, we're Baptist actually. Before he became a pastor, we were attending church at Cicero Deliverance Baptist. And I remember, every Sunday you have to memorize your memory verse.
Yes.
And if I don't memorize my memory verse, it will be fatal. I'm kidding. Right? But every opportunity to put me in front of the church to speak, he would do it. And so that gift of gab was nurtured from very young in the church. And I had to be on stage. I remember my very first memory verse, children obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. And you have to say it and say it with conviction.
That's
You
right.
understand?
That's right.
At maybe at 5 or 4 years old. And you don't know that you're being prepared
yeah.
for anything in life. And I don't think that daddy thought, I'm preparing her to be this.
Yeah.
I think that daddy thought that to ensure that I wasn't going to fall into the trap that my mom fell into.
Right.
Because, being a teenage mother, parents show their love differently. I think my grandparents really thought, boy, life is so hard, and then look what...
Yeah.
Unfortunately, life will be more difficult for my daughter now, having a responsibility. So my grandparents ensured that they tried to, prepare me so that I became the best of myself.
Wonderful. Wow. That is listen, this alone we could end the program there. But there is a lot more, and we want to find out a lot more. So let's take a break, and when we come back, we're definitely going to go into, of course, your career path and quite a number of things. TV, there's a lot of things happening there. I mean, you spend a lot of time. You're now with the
youth economy
the youth
agency.
economy, right? They've recently done it. You do quite a lot of these type of work. So
Yes.
we want to come back and talk about, that groundedness, how it is enhanced, or how it is has added value to some of the things that you're now doing on a national level. So we're coming back. We'll take a word from the bank, from the First National Bank, and also Courts, and then we'll be back in a minute. For those of you who are just joining us, AMIG, I'm in love. Look at that. I hope that is that for my, no, maybe that's from Iowa this morning. I can't think you're trying to hit on my guest. I'll be back.
First National Bank acknowledges the significance and accountability associated with vehicle ownership. For this reason, we have partnered with leading insurers to provide our vehicle loan customers with motor vehicle insurance that is not only comprehensive but also affordable. Policies cover a wide range of scenarios, ensuring that whether it's a minor mishap or a major accident, you're protected without the worry of financial strain. This insurance is designed to integrate seamlessly into your lifestyle, safeguarding your journey without adding to your financial burdens. Our preferential rates are part of our commitment to ensuring that every customer can drive with peace of mind. We believe that safety on the road is a necessity, not a luxury. With First National Bank, you're not just a customer, you're part of a community that values your safety and financial well-being. First National Bank, here for you. Get the frames you love at Quartz Optical. Get 20% off single vision lenses and 25% off progressive lenses. Shop with no cash and pay absolutely nothing for 30 days. Book your eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. We've got the frames you love only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer ends February 29th, 2024. Conditions apply.
we are having an awesome conversation this morning, and very often that's what happens when these amazing ladies drops into here. I love Tuesdays. Hello, I do, because you get to, you just get to in this space and just look at life from every angle, And we were just having a little laughter because I said to her, listen, your mom has got to be, she needed that. She needed you in everything that you are right now, to give her that conviction on the heart. Yes, I made the right choice. Even when the whole world was against me. I was the outcast of everything. Here is the product of what I stood for. And I said, thank you as well, for giving her that opportunity to be able to see that, because you could have done nonsense to her. We in a world where, anything can happen, and
exactly.
you could have used, that in a negative light and say, boy, you're there, how people is, but you really are a product of divinity for real, because you know what, the devil could have find your mindset and twist you around in all sorts of ways. So it's very, 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 very important that you had that spiritual groundedness around you, because boy, that could have gone anywhere.
Yeah. I
Right.
can't say the spiritual groundedness, of course, because I like I mentioned, Daddy became a pastor. That came from that. Now, mind you, I'm in no way perfect, because I had my period of rebellion.
Yeah.
But I'm also...
Understood. I can feel the fire. You're not fooling me, but it's directed in the right direction.
But I'm thankful that we had no social media then, so it wasn't captured on Facebook and Instagram.
Absolutely. Wonderful. But even then, I think it would have all added to this beautiful body. This, sometimes we need that fire. We need to
Yes.
see the whole picture
Yeah.
to understand that, hey, you understand? Because none of you can be refuted. You understand? You've made and continue to make your mark.
Yeah.
So speaking of making mark, let's talk about career paths now. I mean, you went through your schooling. We're not going to the nitty-gritty. Your story is one of higher thing. We want to know, because we need to speak in a broader sense now as to you, the person, because I think that's where the inspiration lies. You've gone on to your field. Let's talk about the field that you're in.
So, it's funny. I had mentioned earlier, you don't know what you're being prepared for. So
Yeah.
about 2016 or so, I was totally unemployed, and I'm bored to death at home. But I'm also, when you're unemployed, you're fighting a little bit of depression as well, because where am I going to get the money to pay the bills? So I was sitting at home, and I am looking at YouTube and all of these makeup videos.
Yeah.
And so I'm practicing on my face. Every afternoon my son come from school, he probably wondering, why is this clown hair? Because, when you're practicing, you don't have it down packed yet.
No, sir.
So you have to figure out that you need to use a brown pencil for your eyebrows instead of black.
So there you little shabbing self and pop. There you go, the eyebrow popping.
And you ain't figure out how to draw it properly yet, and it's thick so sometimes, it's thin so sometimes. But anywho, so there I am, I'm practicing and whatnot, but you don't understand that sometimes you're being driven to do something that is beyond you. It's you, but it's not really you. God is guiding you.
Yeah.
And so I figured out, okay, how to do my makeup, at least well enough. And then fast forward now to 2020, and I'm bored at home. I'm working, but I'm super bored at home. My good friend Teddy Francis calls and said, you want to do a show called The Hot Seat?
Yeah.
It's a topical show. It's on issues, blah, 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 blah. You're a bright girl. You can handle it.
Yes.
That's Teddy's thing. You're a bright girl. You can handle it.
Oh, yes.
I don't know what I'm walking into, but you're a bright girl and you can handle it. Girl, why did the makeup skills come into play?
Hello.
Because there isn't a budget for a makeup artist. And look at you, Khrystal.
Yes.
2016 Khrystal is now being rewarded for her hard work.
That's
because
right.
now I can do something as simple as makeup, but for TV, it's not simple.
It's not simple.
Right? And guided by Teddy, and I must say that Hot Seat would not have been possible had I not been guided by Teddy. Because I had never done TV to that extent. I might have done a few interviews here and there, but for me to have done TV to that extent where I am a host and I am supposed to be on the ball, I'm listening to my guests, and I'm supposed to ask follow-up questions and so on.
Yes, you're supposed to be in tune with what's happening around. Because,
And then Teddy's telling me, don't worry, Khrystal, take it easy. You don't go at people. You don't go for for the juggler. You just lead in and so on. And he's guiding. Great producer. And I became the hot seat girl. And to this day, people see me as a hot seat girl. And I only did it for about 2 years.
Nice.
You understand? So I believe that there's certain things that you may be doing even now.
Yes.
And you see it as something very,
it's not a here or there, but it comes to play later on.
you just never know if you're being prepared for something that is so much greater. That small thing, like learning to use a pencil on your eyebrows.
That's right.
Could be preparing you for. And so if there was anything that I would tell younger Khrystal is, don't trivialize anything. Do everything and do it to the best of your ability, because you just never know, that small thing can be a big thing later on.
Very well.
And
you also aligned now with the youth economy.
So
right. So there you did some regional work. Come on, let's go into some of those, because you've been doing your thing, girl.
Yeah. So I am right now working as the Chief Operations Officer with the Youth Economy Agency, and it's exciting because the Youth Economy Agency is new.
Right. What is as operation?
So
Chief Operations.
Yes.
So, what does your role entail?
So I am presently in charge of human resource and facilities management, and I do a whole lot of programming.
Okay.
So and I love it. I
Right.
must tell you, I do, especially the programming aspect, where we think of what is the next thing that we're going to do in order to serve the young people of St. Lucia, to help them be their best entrepreneurial selves. So like the investment forum and the business mixers and some internships, so that young people can come in and work and see how we work, and for them to learn and marry what they're doing in the classroom with what is actually happening in the business place.
That's
and so on.
right.
I love it.
I feel the passion.
Young people, the audacity of youth is that you don't know that you could feel.
Yeah.
Yeah? You're about to try anything at any given point in
That's
time,
right.
because
Yeah.
you don't have a mortgage to think about.
That's right. That's right.
You figure that if you lose your job, I can get another job.
Yeah.
Because the audacity of youth. We're excited about being young, and we feel like we know better than the adults.
Oh yeah.
and
Let me
so
tell you,
on.
everything started with us.
Yes.
That kind of approach.
And so when you work with young people, you see that through them. You see this thing, like there are no roadblocks, like we're going. Right? And if I want to set up a business, nothing's gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
Because people must buy my product. And right? And of course we have to rein them in and help them see the reality. But young people are exciting, and they have hopes, they have dreams, and they don't think that they will fail. And sometimes we as older people have to start thinking like them.
Yeah.
We can't, we're not, it's
the
not going to fail.
limitations. We limit ourselves a lot in our mindset, because we know of what could and what can't. In their mind, they have no limitations, because they are thinking that.
Exactly. Because mommy must cook and I must eat.
I must eat. That is so true.
So with the Youth Economy Agency, I am able to assist and to contribute meaningfully to the development of an agency and of a program that could propel St. Lucia into a new era, where if the economy is driven by young people and youthful ideas, could you imagine where we're going to be in the next 10 years?
Certainly.
Yeah, and that's not to say that the agency just gives money out, like just pelts money at people, because there's training, there's mentorship, there's a lot of business guidance taking place between the business development department and the training and development department.
The whole grooming of entrepreneurship feature there.
But our main thing is flexibility and agility. We don't want to tell that young person who already knows their limitation, they already believe that the system is set up against them. They think that because they don't have name and their parents don't have money, that they will never make it in life. We don't want them to come to the Youth Economy Agency and think that's yet another place that's going to tell me what I cannot do. So with all the 99 ways it cannot be done, the Youth Economy Agency is going to let you know how it can be done. And I love that, because if 20-year-old Khrystal had the opportunity to do that, I probably would have explored entrepreneurship instead of trying to look for a job.
Right.
Or maybe look for a job as well as hone in entrepreneurial skills. You understand?
Yes.
And so that is what drives me when it comes to the Youth Economy Agency and when it comes to operations of the Youth Economy Agency with my team and with my amazing CEO to ensure that we we fulfill that mandate, that young people are important and we are not going to be mouthing that they're the future, but we're showing them how they're the future.
I like that. Now, on that note, there's quite a lot. I mean, you're quite young. 38 is young. 38 is young. You know, future-wise, you're not aligned with the youth economy. But that passion and that drive, you know, I'm sure you have bigger plans. You have plans to even take this passion and this, you know, this mission even further. What are some of the things that you think about when you think about the future for you and how it is you contribute to the fabric of
You know, that's a really good question that I haven't even asked myself because I've just
And
been
it's
living.
okay.
I've just
That's
been living
fine.
in this.
Yeah.
Fun fact about me as well is that my husband died at the age of 37, and so I appreciate the things now that
Right.
because I was so focused on you have to buy land, you have to build a house, you have to do this. I would like to get my PhD and so on, and I think of the things that he probably whilst he was there on that bed think he wasn't thinking of all the things he did not get to
Yeah.
do, but probably the opportunities that he had and he didn't. You understand what I
Grasp,
mean?
yeah.
And 37 is very young to die. And so I always tell the people who are closest to me, let us accept and celebrate the privilege of growing old. And let us live and enjoy what is
in the
now.
moment, right?
Right? And so I have a 16-year-old son.
Oh, awesome.
I'm very focused on him and helping him get focused because I'm a young
Yeah.
man.
Especially in these era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm really focused on helping him, just shape out his future.
Right.
And for me, I just want to be kind. I want to be
Right.
impactful and kind.
In whatever capacity.
In whatever capacity. I don't want to be malicious. I don't want to knowingly wrong people. I want to be able to continue to be impactful, whether it be with the Youth Economy Agency, whether it be I had dreams of working with the UN. Maybe I'm going to pursue that. But I just want to be impactful and kind.
I like this. I don't think there's anything else to say. I think that's a beautiful note to end on.
Yes.
And that is amazing. You are amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My sisters from SJC would not
Yeah.
forgive me if I did not say that we have SJC in the city on
Yes,
Friday.
please. I covered it. I covered it. This is going to be awesome. Isn't
It's
it?
going to be awesome. We're going to be celebrating young women and entrepreneurship as well on Friday, God willing, in the city. And we're looking forward to what the girls from SJC are putting out as, and they actually have businesses, these girls.
100 and no, they have 61 young entrepreneurs within
Yeah.
the walls. I'm like, wow. This is amazing.
Yes, they're great. So
good.
I have to put that out there because they're listening just for that point. That's what Keisha was in here to
Make sure you get that out.
I get that out there.
Absolutely
Yeah.
wonderful. Well, that being said, also we're heading into International Women's Day. Anything you want to throw out there to our ladies? We used to throw out so much already, but maybe there's just this one point you want to drive home.
Success is relative. What I may consider my success, so to define my success, is based on me and my lived experience. Your success is based on you and your lived experience.
Absolutely.
Don't let anybody define success for you. As we celebrate each other for International Women's Day, remember that your success, as long as you believe that you have achieved what you set out to achieve, you're successful.
Absolutely.
So that's
Girl, I need you in my back pocket. She is so amazing, wonderful. I think that was a beautiful, beautiful feature in this week, and I appreciate it. Thank you again, Chris. You're amazing.
Thank you, and
Thank
you bring in all of this sunshine. Thank you so much.
You're lovely. Guys, that's our show for today. Big up to you, Linda, Charles, Sophia, Closima, Jacinta, James, all of you amazing, awesome women, and those who just listen but you didn't comment, and we're all right. We appreciate that as well. Thank you so much. Those who shared it, thank you very much. Our partners, the First National Bank and Courts, we appreciate you. Let's do this again next Tuesday right here.
First National Bank is dedicated to providing financial security through our Creditor Life Insurance Scheme, designed to offer peace of mind in managing your loans and debts with us. We understand the stress that financial obligations can bring, especially in unforeseen circumstances. That's why our Creditor Life Insurance, offered at the best market rates, ensures that your First National Bank loans are covered, alleviating the worry for you and your loved ones. Our partnership with leading insurance providers means that you benefit from comprehensive coverage that is both affordable and reliable. We offer tailored solutions that fit your specific needs, ensuring that your financial legacy is protected. With First National Bank, you can be confident that your financial commitments are secure, giving you the freedom to focus on what matters most in life. First National Bank, here for you. Get the frames you love at Quartz Optical. Get 20% off single vision lenses and 25% off progressive lenses. Shop with no cash and pay absolutely nothing for 30 days. Book your eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. We've got the frames you love only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer ends February 29th, 2024. Conditions apply.
Our time is now 9 minutes after the hour of 11 o'clock, and that time check is brought to you with the compliments of Giant Malt. Grab yourself one today now.
Enjoy the refreshing taste of Giant Malt. Giant Malt is non-alcoholic with a flavorsome malty richness. Everyone's drinking it. Drink Giant Malt at work, at school, or at play. Have a Giant Malt at any time with family or friends. Giant Malt for minds and muscles. Available at supermarkets island-wide. Agents in St. Lucia, Blue Waters.
Click or tap. Order now and get that